This week's episode of This Could Get Weird is brought to you by... I got nothing. Buy whatever you want.
Woo!
In bulk, preferably, so you never run out. Buy in bulk. Enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to this week's super duper special episode, episode 7 of This Could Get Weird. I'm Adam Stone.
I'm Adam Blocher.
And we are going to delve into the realm of a much sought after, much anticipated subject matter.
Murder!
Yes. The serial killer.
I'm gonna kill you till you dead.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to jump right into this because, this might wind up being a two-parter. There's a lot of ground to cover here. Mainly I'm going to be covering more of the North American serial killer because, there's just too many to list, especially around the world. Mainly, I'm just going to go with the big guns, and then later,
BFGs.
I'm going to possibly link two killers to be the same person.
Ooh.
So just bear with me as I go through this. I'm just doing this based on a little list of research here. If anybody is anybody, you've probably heard of most of these people. You haven't heard of a single person on this list, probably.
Of course not. And just so everyone knows, he has done his research. I'm going into this completely blind.
Yeah,
as normal.
He wouldn't know a serial killer if he was standing right in front of him.
True. Hi there.
Oh, hi. You'll never catch me alive. Pretty much, be here. Yeah, he is very clueless on the serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, name one person you think is a serial killer right off the top of your head.
Like as in right now, today time?
Anytime.
Only name I know is Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper.
Only name I know.
I
think it was in a story I read or something.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, there was like a name that I read in a Dr. Hyde book. They're talking about something like a Jack the Ripper case or something like that.
What do you know about Jack the Ripper?
Nothing. I know his name.
Just the name?
Yes.
Well, we'll get into that later.
And I have a mental image of him, but it's completely wrong.
What is your mental image?
My mental image of Jack the Ripper is Edward Scissorhands with a top hat.
But Edward Scissorhands. God, dude, never mind. I grew up a long time ago trying to figure you out. In any case, we're just going to get right into this. We're going to get started. We're going to start with top of the list. One of the more interesting characters. This infamous SOB by the name of Albert Salvo. Albert Salvo. And he was also known as the Boston Strangler.
That almost sounds like a sex move.
Boston Strangler?
Yeah, like the Cleveland Steamer.
That's, what about a Dutch rudder?
That's dirty.
That's very dirty.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds dirty.
You don't
tell me.
You really don't want to know? It's amazing.
Tell me after the podcast. I'm sure they don't want to know.
Well, if anybody's seen Zach and Miri make a porno, you'll understand what the Dutch rudder is. It's hilarious.
Anyways, we're off topic.
Off topic. Yeah, now this guy was more or less kind of alleged because he confessed to it, but still kind of up in the air. There's lots of conspiracy theories behind this guy, but he was caught in 64 and charged with a bunch of other sexual assaults. Well, he confessed to it in 64. He was charged with other sexual assaults, but they were, those women weren't killed. But he got life in prison, escaped, then turned himself in Wound up being stabbed to death.
Huh.
In prison. But, let's see, his body count...
So if he escaped, why did he turn himself in?
I don't know, out of guilt. 13 women in the Boston area between 62 and 64, 1962 and 64.
Oh, I thought that was the ages you were talking about.
The ages varied. But he sexually assaulted them before strangling
13
them.
he killed?
13 women.
That's an unlucky number.
No, there was one elderly victim, though. She died of a heart attack.
Does that count?
I don't know. But, yeah, the ages were from between 19 and 85.
Let's do it. Vicky.
Yeah, well, he was a pretty sick fuck, though. But, he was just a standard, everyday. He didn't, really fit that profile of what everybody considers a modern serial killer.
Well, it's because everyone considers, I guess, in my opinion, everyone considers modern serial killers just to be some whacked out dude that you could spot out in public. Like, that's what a serial killer looks like.
Yeah.
But in reality, they're just like us. They just know how to hide it.
Yeah. It was just like that, the old saying, it's the quiet ones you gotta look out for.
Mm-hmm.
But, as George Carlin said, though, it went something along the lines of, say you're sitting in a bar and there's a guy at the end of the bar watching TV, minding his own business, having a beer. And then some guy comes in with a machete, starts banging it off the bar, and says, I'm going to kill the first motherfucker I lay my eyes on. Who are you going to watch?
Guy watching TV.
Why?
2 reasons. 1, I don't want to try to make eye contact with the guy that might kill me.
Uh-huh.
And 2, I'm going to watch him. You always watch the quiet ones. Even when there's a loud fucker in the room, always watch the quiet ones.
That's not the point of the question.
Alright.
Okay, you have a bar full of people watching TV.
Oh, damn.
All being quiet, minding their own business. And then that guy comes in, says his piece.
Okay. Then I just sit there minding my own business.
So you wind up killing him?
What, I end up killing him?
Yeah.
So I'm the murderer?
Yeah, you're the quiet one.
Oh. Yeah.
Everybody else will probably get up and fucking panic and leave.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have terrible reaction time. I've had gunshot by me before, and I wouldn't realize it was a gunshot till like 5 minutes after I left the area. Then I'm like, oh, that's what that was.
Talking about that time that old man was capping?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were pulling into my place one time. This car just yanked right in front of us as we were pulling in. We're like, what the hell? I look over to my left and I see this old man walking down the driveway, just unloading a clip on this car as it's peeling away. And this car is like right in front of us as this old man's doing this. And I'm like, holy crap. And then we get home. I get back to my place. I'm heated because I'm like, that was a little irresponsible of that old man to be popping shots one-handed, mind you, not two-handed. I mean, he was, doing his crack gunslinger style. And I get home and I finally get a text from him and he's like, we were just being shot at, weren't we? No shit.
Yeah, it was like maybe 30 minutes after I dropped you off. I'm like, oh, wait a second.
What the hell was that?
So yeah, it would probably be me sitting in the bar with the maniac yelling. I'm just sitting there going, where's everyone going?
You're the quiet one that supposedly you're supposed to watch out for.
Awesome.
Alright, moving right along. Ted Bundy.
Sounds like a cartoon name.
This guy was no cartoon character.
Kind of like Married with Children, Al Bundy.
Yeah, but no.
He's not a killer, though.
No, he's not a killer of anything. If anything happens, it's his wallets is always being killed, or a shoe salesman. Now, Ted Bundy, between the years 1974 and 1978, killed a lot of women. Raped, killed, mutilated. And the craziest thing was, you look at this guy, you take a look at this picture. Good looking chap. That was part of his charm.
Looks like a nice guy.
Yeah, exactly.
High five and all that.
Right? He would lure his victims. He would either feign being hurt, and he'll have like a fake cast on, like he's trying to put groceries or something in there, and
Well, then I would have died.
yeah. And then basically the women would come up, and help him out. Oh, you're so sweet. And you club him, throw him in the trunk, take him out to his little murder shack or what have you. And,
Murder shack.
Yeah.
Is that like a love shack?
No, not exactly.
Murder.
It wasn't always a shack. It would be somewhere. But either way, it was, he would rape, torture, kill him.
Huh.
Yeah. He used to leave him, he would visit the corpses, actually. It was at a Taylor Mountain body dump site. Apply makeup to him and have his way with them. Till they were putrefied.
Putrefied?
As in wilting, rotting.
Ah. Oh, so necrophilia, too.
Yeah. This guy was into that big time.
Well, everyone's got to have a hobby.
Yeah. He only confessed to 40 of the murders.
How many did they actually ever find out?
There's not an actual count that's listed. There's a legend. But yeah, he got caught though because he raped and killed a little girl that was very, very young. That heightened up. He actually escaped prison several times. And he was just known as like the most charming guy ever. Just a regular dude. But very approachable, and that was his whole hook. He was a real sick fuck, but eventually, he was executed in 89.
Hey, that's when I was born.
But he
what
claimed...
month was it?
Nah, it's going to mess you up, huh?
What month was it?
What, 89?
Yeah.
It doesn't say. What? Well, this might be a connection. He revealed before his death that his addiction to pornography led him to do what he did.
Uh-oh.
We're all fucked.
What did it... Damn it. Does that mean I have to get rid of all my porn?
Might be. You might be the next Ted Bundy.
Not that violent, though. Well, I can't do violent things to people. I have some anger issues, but I don't do violent acts. Yet.
Yeah, he was quoted as saying, "We serial killers are your sons. We are your husbands. We are everywhere. And there will be more of your children dead tomorrow."
I've heard that before. I didn't know that was him.
That's him.
Huh. I feel kind of like a dick now.
What's that?
I always thought that was kind of a cool saying.
Well.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was almost like a philosophical almost.
You need to pick and choose your heroes there, man.
Well, he's not a hero. I just thought it was an interesting saying. But now I know who he is, so I just feel kind of bad.
Oh, how you feel bad? You didn't know anything about it till now.
No, that's true.
You kind of left on the hook.
Kind of like that beanie I wear at work from the coolers. Earl's always getting on me about that.
What?
Because it has that German cross or whatever it is that they used during the whole Nazi revolution and all that shit. I had no idea what it was until they told me.
That's up in the air. It's kind of a biker thing now. More kind of a tough guy type deal. I mean, I can see where he's coming from, being a black man and seeing shit like that, because assholes like the KKK like to adapt symbols, especially from Nazi propaganda.
I got it because it glue in the dark.
See, simple enough.
I'm like, holy shit, it glows.
David Berkowitz.
Don't know him.
Son of Sam.
Okay.
Oh man.
Sam Berkowitz?
No, he was also known as the 44 killer.
Had a gun?
Yeah. New York City serial killer, killed 6 people and wounded many others. He became famous because of his letters to the media and police. And in addition to the reason he committed these crimes.
Oh.
He gave an odd reason for killing. He claimed that he kept the demons quiet. He was fucked in the head big time. Started doing what they wanted. The dogs howled, he started believing that these dogs were demons asking him to kill women. He was convinced that his house owners, Jack and his wife, were a part of the demon conspiracy, and Jack was the commander-in-chief of all the dogs. My landlords, they're trying to kill me. He shifted to another apartment, was still controlled by the demon's mind. His neighbor, Sam Carr, had a black Labrador, which Burke was believed was possessed. He shot the dog. That did not provide any relief, and he began believing that Sam Carr was possessed by the biggest demon, and perhaps Satan himself. Each night these demons told Berkowitz to kill and quench their thirst for blood. He also used to write letters to police and media, essentially taunting them with details of each killing. Yeah.
Oh, I can't throw that saying out as being crazy because I believe in possessions. So it could be possible.
Yeah, there's many people who believe in him for what he did.
Well, I'm not saying what he did, what was right or anything. I'm just saying, might not be his fault. Might be, the whole possession thing.
Yeah.
But that's just me. My 2 cents.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a 365-year prison sentence.
See that? What's the point of that, really?
It counts for each.
Can't they just say, like they do now, life in prison? You're not coming out?
They don't say the actual count anymore. I mean, yeah, it is life, but it's just the way the legal system works. It's psychotic.
Like, you're going to stay in prison for 300 years.
Hey, you never know.
Okay.
If you get that one guy who's like mortal or something.
Well, then we're all fucked.
Yeah. Then he gets out.
Okay. He'll get out in 200 years for good behavior.
Yeah.
It don't matter. He's
I
immortal.
don't think he had no parole. Yeah, he got off of killing women. Big time. Yeah, he used to hang out at the crime scenes after he did it. While they did all the police work and stuff, and just sit there in the crowd and watch.
Normal looking guy. Can never find him.
That's it. Oh, this guy. This fucking guy.
This guy.
Ooh. This one's gonna creep you out.
Alright, what's the name?
John Wayne Gacy.
Huh. That was like an action guy. Like one of those action movie guys. What do you do?
He... I don't know where to begin.
Alright, what are some of the things he did?
Kill what kid?
Just kids?
Yeah.
Like teenage kids or kids?
Little kid.
He
buried him under his house.
That's no bueno.
Yeah, his big thing was he would scout out kids. He was a party clown. Birthday party clown. On his pogo. Dress up head to toe, and that's how he would scout the kids out.
Gotcha.
And
you don't see those nowadays anymore.
Not after that.
Hell, I've gone to like a circus twice and I've never seen a clown.
They're still in the circus.
I've never seen one.
Really?
I've only seen pictures and in movies.
They're still around. They're usually like, filler time for in between like setting up stuff. 28 graves. He confessed to 24 of them. When he found 28, he drew a map for 28 graves. That's all he found, I think. But threw 5 of them into the river.
Did he say his reasoning?
Not really. It was just a sick fuck. He didn't give a shit. But mainly it was little boys.
See, that's the kind of...
And raped them, yeah.
So that's the kind of mind that I'd like to get my hands on.
I don't know.
I would love to know what goes through the minds of those kind of people just to see what makes them tick.
Well, if you want a little bit of background on him, he was born to a blue-collar family, had 2 sisters, but his father was an abusive alcoholic.
Of course.
Verbally and physically abused his kids.
The one of the parents would have to be abusive for him to actually, like rape the child before they murder him.
Yeah.
That's a given.
Yeah. But I don't think it was sexual abuse, it was more physical and mental.
But still, abuse is passed down. It's not always the same.
That's
generation
true.
to generation.
That's
but
true.
No matter what it is, abuse.
Right. Sometimes other people are just kind of born with a tick.
I'd say ticks are given. Ticks are made, not born with.
Maybe. Well, one of these guys, yeah.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We'll get to him in a minute. He had the ability to persuade and manipulate people, likely because of how normal and harmless he seemed. He was married, had 2 kids. Wife wound up leaving him. He was arrested for he coerced a fellow employee for homosexual acts.
Mm. So what it sounds like so far is that all these serial killers are very charismatic.
Charismatic, sexually repressed. They all have a pattern. Yeah, you're starting to get what I'm talking about?
Mm.
It's part of the whole system.
So what happens if a serial killer comes out that doesn't fit the profile that everyone's used to?
I believe there were a couple that were like that. Not Dahmer, but Ted Bundy. I mean, he had his own personal little demons and stuff like that were kept within himself, but he didn't show all that. He was just an average cat that just you wouldn't think twice.
Huh.
Yeah.
So then really it's not the crazy ones you should be wary of, it's the normal people that you gotta watch out for. Because the crazy people show their true colors, whereas a normal person will hide behind a mask.
Well, speaking of mask, he hid behind 4. He claimed when he was arrested there were 4 Johns.
Hmm.
And one was a contractor, another was the clown, one was a politician, and then so the 4th went by Jack Hanley, and he was the one that did the evil things.
Hmm. So almost like a multi-personality almost.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's what he claimed. Yeah, he was executed in 94, lethal injection. His last meal was fried chicken, Coke, French fries, and strawberry shortcake.
Hmm.
I never really always got. If it's a heinous fucking killer, you give him a bowl of gruel and say, fuck off.
Yeah, but there are laws though, and no matter what they've done, people will abide by laws.
That's the sad truth right there.
Like you could literally, you could kill half of America, and then someone will catch you, put you for execution, but you'll still get a last meal.
What do you want on your tombstone? Pepperoni and sausage.
That's funny.
You seen those commercials?
No.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Those old, those Tombstone Pizza commercials. The guy was about to get executed. What do you want on your tombstone? Pepperoni and sausage. Tombstone Pizza, Pierre.
That's amazing.
Yeah, his last words. Kiss my ass.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm.
He was a poet.
Mm.
Moving right along. True monster. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Sounds like an author.
Yep. You would think. Yeah, he was a serial killer. He murdered boys of Asian and African descent. His murders were gruesome and involved torture, forced sodomy, dismemberment, necrophilia, and cannibalism. He did it all. He was arrested when he was caught fondling a 13-year boy in Milwaukee and was sentenced to 1 year in a work release camp. After serving 10 months, he was
So wait, it's only 1 year for molesting a kid?
Yeah, I know, right? That was like his first arrest. Yeah.
Yeah, and oh my god, wow.
Yeah.
About
What
that.
a fucked up system we have.
Uh-huh.
And, some guy, misses his taxes a few years because he can't afford it. And guess what? You're going to jail for life!
Yeah.
Meantime, when he's on his, second term, this asshole's probably getting out scot-free.
Yeah.
And that was just in a work release camp.
I think the law should do like a 3-strike thing.
They do.
They do?
It started in California.
How's
3
it?
offenses, and the 3rd offense you get life.
I should say, after your second offense in jail, this is jail time, not like a ticket or something. After your second jail time, if you get caught, arrested, and guilty to go to jail again, you just get them executed. We don't need them no more.
Good night.
Chop that head off, get that shit out the way.
Yeah, fair enough. There's lots of people, they wouldn't be committing crimes.
Yeah, I mean, shit. If you tell them after your second time, if you do it one more time, we kill you, I'm sure they would stop. Or at least decrease a lot. I guess maybe that's the Texan coming out of me.
Yeah. You Texans love to kill people.
Well, shit, we gotta make a point. We'll do it.
Not everybody gets that point. Sadly, I believe in execution, because I don't believe in, housing a guy who, murdered a bunch of kids. Yeah, let's house him. Let's give him a sentence of, 30 years to life and then give him the death sentence. That means he's going to spend, 30 of those years before he's put away. Taxpayers' money is going to feeding and housing that guy.
Yep.
For that 30-year span. That fucked up.
Yep. But that's life, and you gotta work with what you're given.
Yeah, that's the system. I'll get this. There's a talked about story. There's a 14-year-old boy who almost escaped Dahmer in '91. He wandered into the street without clothes, with Dahmer in pursuit. Police believe Dahmer's story that the boy was 19 years old and he was his partner, and took the boy to Dahmer's house. In spite of noticing a weird smell there, they left without investigating. Soon after, the boy was killed, and Dahmer kept his skull as a souvenir. Aiding and abetting.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? Cop said, oh, he's just a goofy partner, huh? Oh, yeah, you can take that shit inside. Is there no... I mean, what the fuck was going on?
How does a 14-year-old look like a 19-year-old?
I don't know. And the cops escorted him home.
Wouldn't they, notice something with the kid maybe saying, don't take me there? Or
I
something?
think he was incoherent.
Well, shit, that would be another clue.
He's 19 and he's out here in public nude. Exposure, hello. There's a law there. I don't know, that was such a fucked up case.
Maybe he had people on the inside.
Yeah, nobody. He's just a dude.
Never know. Never know.
Well, here, let me give you his background. He was the son of a analytical chemist, and as a child, he was fascinated with dissecting dead animals. Something right there. By the time he was a teenager, he was an alcoholic and a loner. He dropped out of college, and his father forced him to enlist in the Army. After 2 years, he was discharged because of his heavy drinking. Since he did not want to face his father, he moved in with his grandmother and lived there for 6 years. Grandmother asked him to move out when he was arrested for exposing himself in public. He was caught eventually when a would-be victim escaped and alerted the police, and he was held responsible for 15 murders, sent 15 life terms. What's the average life expectancy?
Right nowadays,
Yeah.
60 to 70 maybe.
Okay. So, quick do math. 70 times 15.
900.
Okay. Fair, close enough.
That's 15 times. I don't know what I did, but yeah, that's right. In my head. That's all that matters. He's got 900 years.
Yeah, there's a lot of time to think about it.
Like, thinking about it is going to change it.
He just got life sentences, though. Nobody fucking put him to death.
That's the thing. It's like...
How do you just, decide that shit? Yeah.
No, it's like, alright, you've killed all these people. So we're going to put you in a very large building, feed you every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's like, here's a ribbon. Killed a motherfucker. How many people you killed? That many? Bang!
Well, during the sentencing, the families had an opportunity to speak on their victim's behalf.
See, that also, I get why they do that, but it's not going to affect anything for the murderer. He won't care.
No. He sat there remorseless.
Because I'd say after the first killing of somebody, you lose, like, almost all of your humanity right there.
Right. Yeah.
So, you could have, like, 1,000 people there remorsing about their families.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't give a shit. I can understand why they do it, but it won't work.
I know but there was like famous footage they showed. They were taping it. There was a sister of one of the victims. She was reading a statement, and she looks over, and he's just staring forward, not even paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
She just goes off. You hear me, Jeffrey? You hear me? And just starts screaming. Do you fucking hear me, Jeffrey? And just starts tearing off after him. Just fucking going nuts. I mean, she had every right. And he just sat there. But now, here it says Dahmer expressed remorse and wished death upon himself. I don't know if that's just... Because they say in prison, he found God and all that. But here's the fucked up... Oh, what you hear, he died.
Huh?
He was beaten to death in jail. And had his head pretty much caved in. And they found him with his head pushed through bars and a broom handle up his ass. So, justice. Now, do you agree with that type of justice?
Yes.
Fair enough.
I'd say if it's not self-defense and you kill somebody...
Well, if
it's not self-defense or if it's not truly an accident, like how accidents can occur.
Yeah.
If it's not self-defense or an accident, if you mean to do it, you lose all rights to live the moment you kill that person.
Fair enough. Pure murder, yeah.
It's like, oh, you killed somebody. Congratulations. Chop. There goes your head.
That's what they used to do in the old times.
Mm-hmm.
They went from head cutting to hanging, and they went to the electric chair. They discovered electricity, and that was deemed unhumanitarian.
What do you fucking do?
And then there's lethal injection.
Put them in a bathtub, drop a toaster.
Gas chamber, too. They used to have a gas chamber. I don't think they do that anymore. I think one state might still do it. I think Florida, maybe. But, lethal injection, which is kind of ironic, if you ask me, because I think they swab your arm with alcohol before sticking you.
Uh-huh. Don't want to get that last-minute infection.
Hell no. But here's a messed up thing, I heard about this. It was on NPR a few years ago. It was a horror story about a woman who was having surgery on her eye.
Yeah.
Her eye had to come out, had like a tumor on it or something.
It's a tumor.
It's a tumor. It's not a tumor. The anesthesia that they use is the same anesthesia that they use for prisoners. They put them down before they inject them. Basically, it shuts down the body. So they put them to sleep before they kill them. Yeah. It's part of like a process.
Because they want to, feel good about killing somebody?
Well, here's the messed up part. They believe that anesthesia is highly ineffective because this woman was under that anesthesia and she was awake for her entire eye surgery. When they took her eye out, she felt every last bit of it.
Damn.
Even remembers vividly her eye cutting off, like blacking out. The moment they cut it.
She sue?
Oh yeah.
She win?
Probably.
About time.
But they're theorizing that because she was down, like pretty much in paralysis mode, but awake and feeling everything. They think prisoners feel every little thing. It just basically puts them into like a.
How about this? I'll give them proposals like, you don't want to feel bad about killing a murderer. Dandy. Time in that chair, give me a shotgun. I'll clear everything so you don't have to feel a thing.
Yeah.
But then people would say, well, no, wouldn't you go under your own term of, once you kill somebody willingly, you become, the murderer losing your all rights? Throwing that back at me? Wouldn't care. Yeah, sure, I'll lose my rights, but I'm killing the murderers.
Yeah, true enough.
Will it justify my actions? No. But when I'm done, you can get rid of me.
What about the guy that pushes the button, though, or pulls the switch? He's pretty much the same type of character.
Or wouldn't it be the person that gives them the order to do that? It's everyone in the chain, from the top down to the button pusher.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
People just don't want to take responsibility.
Well, it's not about the responsibility either. Nobody thinks that deep into it. And that's part of the reason why there are people that, want to do away with executions.
Speed those suckers up.
Yeah. Now, but then on the flip side, though, there has been recently, in the past few years, falsified DNA evidence on some people.
Well, that's always going to be a given. Technology is not always right.
Well, no, this wasn't about the technology. This was about neglect.
Oh?
Yeah, it was actually here in Oklahoma. There was a lady that, she had been the DNA expert on, like, X amount of cases, and, one guy who was sentenced to life in, like, Colorado. He was doing time in Colorado for a murder that was here. I think he was on the verge of maybe death row. Or he was on death row, maybe, and the attorney looked into, a little more deeper into the case and eventually came up with the fact that she cut some corners. And
that's just human error right there, and that's unacceptable.
And it turned out this guy is innocent, and of course it got him off, but they started questioning her cases.
Of course.
And there was like several other cases that came.
See, that's something where if you're in charge of that type of justice, if you're in charge of someone staying in jail or being released, you gotta stay on the fucking
Well, this is all part of part of his actual initial trial. And I think maybe one or two of them were sentenced to death and were killed, and there's a possibility they might have been innocent.
She at least get fired.
Oh, yeah. But she tried to sue, saying it was...
Fuck her.
Yeah, and she tried to play, like, the race card and all this other crap, and this is like,
you're no race card. Because of your neglect, you've killed people.
Yeah.
So fuck off.
And she was saying she did her job to the best of her ability, but no, it's been proven that, you were cutting corners, you were screwing up.
But even if she wasn't, and she said that, I said then you should have been fired long ago because the best of your abilities is shit.
Yeah, but they also put into question the whole office because they didn't catch it sooner.
Of course.
So yeah, shit rolls downhill.
Yeah, dude.
Let's move right along, shall we? Gary Ridgway. We were just talking about this the other night at work. The Green River Killer. He was just caught, I think. He was a prostitute killer.
Green River?
Green River.
I don't know any Green Rivers.
This took place in,
Louisiana?
no.
I only know the Red River. Oh, well.
Shit. I don't know a lot about this one, so bear with me.
It's alright.
He caused mayhem for 2.5 years during the 80s. He pled guilty to 48 charges in 2003, but claimed to have killed 71 women. Controversial plea bargain he spared him execution in exchange for helping to locate the remains of those women by providing details. Yeah, he copped a plea. Says, I'll give you the remains. And
go back to my original statement.
Yeah. This created a lot of controversy, as many people believe that a person who murdered so many people should not be spared the death sentence. Yeah, it's true. 48 life sentences, and is currently incarcerated in Washington at the Washington State Penitentiary.
That fucker's still alive?
Yeah.
Justice.
Hey, I know somebody in Washington State. Send her in, kill him, finish him off. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Taryn. Born in Salt Lake, had 2 brothers. Yeah. Domineering mother, of course. Constantly yelled at the father and controlled Ted completely. Never pleased with what she did. IQ was 80.
Is that good?
No.
I don't know the numbers for IQs, if they should be good or not.
160 is like the bar. So
that's average?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. 160 is like, top.
Oh, okay.
That's like the...
So, average would be like 120?
Roughly that, yeah. Yeah, he was a little mentally handicapped. Used to have a 6-year-old kid when he was 16. What the fuck? 6-year-old kid's pissing me off, so I'm gonna shiv him.
People are stupid.
The Green River Killer caused mayhem for 2.5 years during the 1980s. Pled guilty to 48 charges in 20... Wait, I already read all this. Excuse me. Shit. Killed a lot of women. He had a thing with prostitutes.
Makes you kind of wonder. Actually, what makes me wonder about this is that I don't want to sound like a complete asshole saying this, though.
Say it. It's fucking open world, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Is
that, would it be, it's not these people's fault, they're just a product of the system that we live in.
Partially, yeah.
Where if, I don't know, if we had maybe like...
They're a product of our environment.
Yeah. If we had maybe like an actual fucking good world to live in, maybe we wouldn't have these people, but because we live in the corrupt shit world we have now, this is what happens.
Yeah. And sadly, an alarming rate,
But, I can't say that to some people because then those people will be like, what, so you're just gonna cut them off the hook? No, they should take responsibility for what they've done.
Exactly.
But maybe if circumstances were different, they could have been an upstanding person.
Yeah. Possibly if they were given a loving environment.
Product of society, man. Shit. That's why I watch people. Not in a creepy way for you viewers, just so you know. Not creepily. Well, that still sounds weird.
Yeah.
I'm trying to defend myself on that.
Right.
I'll go to the mall or open areas and just watch people.
People watching's borderline creepy, but at the same time, it's kind of like I like to think of it as a sociology experiment.
I do it because I like to study people. I want to see how people react in environments.
Yeah. Well, it's no different than going to like Serengeti and sitting there watching lions all day.
True.
I mean, it's not like you're interacting with them.
Yeah.
Just watch a lion all day, and then eventually you go up there and you slaughter them all.
Yeah. Be like, what?
Wait, that's a big difference. What the fuck are you going there? Yeah, I mean, sociologists, especially at some places, you go in there and have a ball. You want to say any names?
Sociologist.
Sociology, they just basically study society and stuff.
Ooh.
They study people, essentially.
I should go there, and I should have meetings with them.
I'm sure that they have open doors. They love studying people.
They love me.
Yeah.
Walking out loved.
And they'll probably diagnose you right off the bat.
Awesome. I've always wanted to be diagnosed by somebody that has a degree, not just a random guy. You can't do it. You don't have to.
No. Why don't you go to a psychiatrist?
That's money, though. That's a lot of money. It's more money. If it's not free, it's a lot of money.
Or a therapist, just a regular therapist.
That's money.
They're cheap.
I don't have money. I have a shit pay job.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean.
I know. That's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to go.
You insured?
Not for that kind of stuff.
Oh.
It's actually one reason why I wanted to partially go. Oh, that's you. Go into counseling and psychology is because I would want to try to figure out some of my own tics. Because I know I've hidden shit away from myself that I'd like to find.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that you just kind of forgot on purpose?
Oh no, stuff I have hidden from myself. Like the guy you said, was it Ted Bundy, who had the masks you were talking about? Said he had 4 masks, the 4 different people?
No, that was Gacy.
Gacy. I can understand that because I have used the same term when I was talking to my mom a few years ago that I've worn at least 2 different masks in my life, being different people.
Well,
You just gotta, and I have hidden that shit away from me because I don't like that.
That's not necessarily normal. A lot of people do that. They have 2 different. It's not to say, well, his is more of a personality.
Yeah.
Where it just doesn't. It's like you kind of choose to hide that other side of you. This guy was claiming that it just happened.
Oh, okay.
Where it was just like a click and a click and a click. Sometimes, one's not aware of the other.
Gotcha.
They're literally different personality. Where something like that is, you wear a mask on purpose. Where that's just literally a different person than him.
Gotcha.
So you're all Adam big. And, there are 2 sides to your coin, but you choose to let people see those sides. For this guy, on the other hand, some people, it's like he said, some people saw him as just a contractor. And he was a contractor, nothing else. Or he was a bit of a politician.
I got you
Got into
now.
politics. And there's Pogo the Clown, which, that was what he was famous for. But yeah, along the lines of that, I would say, as abnormal as you think you are,
I'm probably pretty normal.
you're pretty damn normal.
Which really disappoints me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're an individual. You're a unique individual, but you are.
I'm a snowflake. I'm a motherfucking snowflake.
Sparkliness at all. Just floating in the wind, just like the rest of us.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, it's always kind of gotten me down because I always like to think I'm an abnormality in this world where I'm really not. I'm just a normal person like everyone else.
What
and
it
that
is
kinda
like
lets me
when
down.
we teach you about what you know and what you don't know. It's just, I think, psychologically deep down, you just kind of choose to retain certain knowledge. Whereas if it doesn't if it doesn't like directly affect you in some way, like with the anime.
Yeah.
That's more of a form of media that appeals to you. That can affect you a lot more than other media. it's just like
I'd like to blame anime for my touchy-feely personality.
Maybe the girly side you coming out.
Yeah. There's a lot of hugging. I think that's when I started doing it, was after I started watching anime.
Really? A lot of hugging in anime?
Well, a lot of the girl characters hugging each other when they're all happy and all that shit.
Oh.
Not like that.
Oh, I was thinking, say what anime are you watching?
I could give you some, but not like that.
Whoa. Whoa.
Hey, I watch all types of anime. I don't discriminate. I've seen at least every genre once. I don't want to see some anymore,
okay,
but I have seen them.
Keep your tentacle pulling, though. I'm just saying.
Don't even get me started.
Moving right along. This guy is...
this guy.
This fucking guy. This guy right here. Albert Fish.
Wait, don't tell me anything about it. I'm going to try to think what I imagine a guy named Albert Fish to be like.
Go for it. Well, you want me to give you his nicknames?
No. Albert Fish. School teacher.
No.
Damn.
Not even close.
What is he? Besides murderer.
He's considered America's most vile, pedophile, serial killer, and cannibal.
What was his job?
I
want to see how close I was. Because every murderer has a job. They gotta have something to make themselves blend into society.
Doesn't say really what he did for a living.
Balls!
He was just a guy. I'm sure he just had odd jobs. Well, give you an idea of what he did. He went by, he had many nicknames. He was the Gray Man, the Brooklyn Vampire, the Boogeyman, and the Werewolf of Wisteria.
Boogeyman? What, did he like hide inside rooms or something?
No, he just Boogeyman the kids. When his name got out there.
Is he a tall guy?
Not really. He just looked like a gentle looking. He was like a grandpa. No harm, no foul. And he had a wife. He was like a wonderful husband, and he was like a model father to his kids. He was like he was just a psychomasochist. He liked physical pain, inflicting pain upon himself. He was into castration and shit. Weird little.
That's where I would draw the line.
Yeah.
See, physical pain to yourself, have at it. That's all you. As long as it doesn't affect anyone else.
Yeah, he.
The moment you start going on to somebody else,
he mutilated himself. He pushed needles into his body, including his lower area, his man parts. X-rays, they said, revealed that he had a total of 27 needles inside of him. Yeah.
Magnets.
Maybe.
Go to a magnet to that guy.
He was suspect in 5 killings, but he stated that he had around 100 children in all states. I don't know if he was talking about cannibalization or molestation. He went by the electric chair. Took him out. I wonder if they pulled those needles out first.
That's gotta be a shit job if they did. I'd have left him
before shocking him. Unless they left him in there just to be a fucking conductor.
I'd have left it in.
Totally. He was born in D.C., the youngest of 4 children. A lot of his family members had mental health problems. After his father died, he was put in an orphanage by his mother, and he was whipped at the orphanage frequently. And that's where he found out that he liked the pain. He got off on it.
Do you think we would have as many problems with, I guess you could say, for all the PC people that have been challenged, for me, the retarded people? Do you think we'd have problems with, like, the really bad ones if medicine and all that shit wasn't as expensive? If, like, medical care and nurses and doctors that actually cared about their patients, if that stuff wasn't expensive, would we have problems?
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
because a lot of this is just them having improper care, the person having improper care throughout their life, up to a certain point where they just become the entity of the killer.
Right. Well, it's like the way our mental system right now, it's more about the pharmaceutical field pumping out drugs.
It's all about the business, making the money. If you can't make
don't get me wrong, there are actual chemical imbalances in people, and a lot of those drugs can be good for you, but in the end, it's a lot of trial and error because drugs, have all these side effects that mess you up.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, getting better is extremely hard in this world. It really is. Once you're diagnosed or hurt or whatever, it's a freaking hassle just to get something right within you.
Yeah. That's one reason why I don't do doctors.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to switch gears here.
Alright.
Because we're going to get into part of the connection.
Okay.
Right here. And now, the guy on this list right here is very notorious. One of the creepiest of the creeps.
Sasquatch.
No. I'm sure if he would have saw Sasquatch, he would have killed it and stole the bones.
Oh.
Yeah. This man, of course, is Herman Webster Mudgett, a.k.a.
Mudgett.
A.k.a. Dr. H.H. Holmes.
Wow. Can you believe it? We leave off today on that note of H.H. Holmes. One of the most notorious, probably considered America's first serial killer. And, God, just wait till you hear all this. If you haven't heard of him before, wow, you're in for not a treat, but a shock. And that's where we're going to leave off today. You're going to tune in next week for part 2 as we get into H.H. Holmes and one of the world's most notorious killers, Jack the Ripper. That's right. And we're going to leave you off with a little outtake. Originally, we planned on starting the episode with a song serial killer themed. I would pick Riders of the Storm. But Adam suggested a song from a video game that we had heard. It's actually an old song by Roy Brown. And it's called Butcher Pete. And, well, you just listen. You listen to the lyrics and decide for yourself. You might think it's about one thing, but it's actually about another, I believe. I don't know. You be the judge. But this outtake is for free. It's all, well, this whole podcast is free, but this one's for you. And it cracked us up at the time. And, well, thank you for listening. Tune in next week. And, yeah, we'll get into some real good stuff. So until next time, for Adam Blosher, I'm Adam Stone. Stay weird, everybody.
Hey, everybody, did the news get around about a guy named Butcher Pete? Old Pete just flew into this town and he's chopping up all the women's meat. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He just hack, whack, chopping that meat. Butcher Pete's got a long, sharp knife. He starts chopping and don't know when to stop. All you fellas better watch your wives, 'cause Pete don't care whose meat he chops. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking, whacking, chopping that meat. Ever since Pete flew into town, he's been having a ball. Just cutting and chopping for miles around. Single women, married women, old maids and all.
song's about fucking.
Is it?
Yes. I never really fucking. I was looking at the lyrics and kind of listening and like, oh, he's going around screwing all these women.
I thought he was murdering people.
No.
We've had this wrong the whole time.
Yeah, just cutting. Yeah, meat is it's an innuendo. Holy shit!
Shit, how long has that game been out? We just not figured this out.
I never really stopped.
Congratulations, Adam. You're on the same level as me with brain power right now.
God damn it!